So now I have the two blocks together. I folded the bottom one on top of the top block so that the right sides are together. And then I lined up the center seam, and then I had two loose yarn ends, so I tied those together. So you want to make sure that the center seam with the two side blocks together line up with the center seam of the two side blocks together on the bottom. And we're going to Tunisian crochet this half and then Tunisian crochet the other half. So 40 at a time. And then the other thing that you want to be aware of is on the one side you'll notice that there are large gaps here. So that's where we left off on the top portion of that last row of that block. So it leaves those little holes there. So we want to get under those holes. And then on the other block you don't have that because that is the bottom where we started our first row. So you don't have those holes on the first row on that one. So basically what you're going to do is line up these two blocks, and then also you want to look at the colors. I made it easy for this block. I made it all blue. So we're using all blue because both blocks have blue. So what you want to do is you want to get under the two loops. So make sure you grab two loops of the one block. And then on the opposite block where you have the big holes, you want to get under two loops underneath the hole. So you go under the hole and grab two loops. Then you're going to bring up a loop with your blue colored yarn. And then just tie a knot. I have a loose yarn in there. Go ahead and tie a knot there. And then you're just going to bring up loops all the way to the center. So you take your hook and then you go into the next stitch, and you want to make sure you grab two loops. So I get under, see how they have the back loop here? I'm going to get under that loop and then the other loop. And then I'm going to go under the hole and grab the two loops under the hole. And then bring up a loop. So now I have the other block. Let me see if I can get a little bit closer for you. So you can see how there's two loops there. I'm going to grab both of those loops, and then you have on the opposite block, you want to get under the hole and grab two loops under the hole on the other block. And then you bring up a loop. And you're going to repeat this all the way across. And then I found that it's just really easy and creates a really nice clean stitch back across. And like I said, if you just cannot make this work for whatever reason, you can always sew it if you want to. I just prefer this method because it's quick and easy once you get used to it. So here, grabbing both loops of the one block and then going under the two loops under the gap on the other block on the opposite side. So go ahead, keep repeating this all the way to the center. And then come back. So here I just wanted to show you, I'm still working my way across, but I came across a purple stitch. It's okay, because we have blue on this side, it doesn't matter. You can go under those purple stitches, under the hole on the other block, and just continue bringing up a loop, even though you're going under the purple stitches. So then, once you've reached the center and you have all of your loops on your Tunisian crochet hook, you can just repeat what you've always done. You just yarn over, go through one loop, then you yarn over and go through two at a time, all the way back across. So then when you reach the end, go ahead and just finish off. And again, you're just going to leave enough for a loose yarn end. Just pull on that loose yarn end. So now you can see that you have a beautiful seam and that there's no gaps. So that's how you attach the top block to the bottom block. And then you also want to make sure, so you can see how I have my center seam lined up. You want to make sure that that center seam lined up, and when you start, just make sure you close any gaps. You can sew that shut if you need to, and then you just Tunisian crochet the other side the exact same way. So again, make sure that your center seam lines up and that you don't have any gaps on between the top and the bottom blocks. And it should look like that. A nice clean seam. And then all you have to do is join it right in the center and then bring up your loops the exact same way for the opposite side. Remember to tie the loose yarn end on the opposite side because you don't want to have your blocks crooked. They should be straight.